Power, command, influence. These are not mere words. They are forces that shape the world. They define leaders, warriors, and visionaries. The men who have changed the course of history, men like Julius Caesar, Napoleon, and Machiavelli himself. These men understood something that few have truly grasped: the art of attraction. It is not simply about charm or looks. It's about knowing who you are, what you want, and how to take what is yours. Attraction is the result of power, and power is something that is both earned and taken. To be the kind of man who attracts you must first master the power of your mind. Women are drawn to strength, not just physical strength, but emotional, intellectual, and mental strength. They are attracted to the man who is in control, not just of his circumstances, but of himself. The world is a game, and only those who play it with clarity and purpose win. Every powerful man who has ever lived knew this. The mind is the battlefield, where wars are won. It's where the seeds of attraction are planted, nurtured, and ultimately grown. If you want to know why women are drawn to certain men, it's because those men understand the world and its dynamics. They don't wait for things to happen. They make things happen. They understand that women are not prizes to be won. They are forces to be attracted, drawn in, and captivated by those who wield power with purpose. Women can't resist men who think like this because they are not passive observers in life. They are men of action, men of purpose, men of strategy. To truly attract women, you must first attract the world to you. This begins with your mindset. The way you think shapes everything around you. If you are not in control of your mind, you will never be in control of your reality. When you are able to shift your thinking, you shift your life. The first step to mastering attraction is mastering your mind. Let me ask you this. What do you believe is possible for you? If you believe that you are just another man, sea of millions, then that's exactly what you'll be. If you believe that you are destined for greatness, that the world is waiting for you to take your place as a leader, then that's the reality you will create. Everything begins with your thoughts. You cannot afford to think like an average man. You must think like a king, like a ruler, like someone who is meant for more than just mediocrity. Machiavelli taught that the ruler who fails to understand the power of the mind will never have control. It's not just about physical dominance, it's about psychological influence. Women are not drawn to weakness, indecision, or uncertainty. They are drawn to confidence, to conviction, to men who know what they want and go after it, relentlessly. You must create a mindset that reflects this power. Your thoughts must become aligned with your goals, with your desires, and with the vision you have for your life. Every great conqueror in history, from Alexander the Great to Napoleon, built empires not just with physical strength, but with a sharp mind, a focused mind. These men knew that the battlefield starts in the mind. You do not become great by waiting for the world to come to you. You become great by shaping the world to your will. This is how you attract, not by passively waiting, but by actively creating your own destiny. A king does not wait for others to tell him his worth. He defines it himself. A king is not insecure about the of an admiration of his people. He does not wonder why he cannot attract. He stands firm in his value and holds the space that belongs to him. Women are drawn to men who have this magnetic force, who do not need to prove themselves, but simply exist as living examples of power and vision. Now let's talk about belief. Belief in yourself. Without it, nothing else matters. If you do not believe in your ability to succeed, to attract, to dominate your world, then you have already lost before you've even begun. Belief is not just a passive thought. It is an active driving force that propels you toward your goals. The man who believes in himself is unstoppable. Women are drawn to men who exude that belief, who walk into a room with the assurance that they are the prize, not the other way around. Machiavelli understood that power is rooted in belief. If you believe you are weak, if you believe you are ordinary, if you believe you are unworthy, then that is what you will become. But if you believe you are capable of greatness, that belief will be reflected in everything you do. It will be reflected in the way you speak, in the way you carry yourself, and in the way you approach life's challenges. Belief is the foundation of attraction. Women are attracted to the man who walks with confidence, who commands respect without asking for it. This is the man who understands that power is not given, it is taken, and it starts with belief. Believe in your value, believe in your strength, and believe in your ability to create the life and the love that you desire. Your belief should not only empower you to act, but it must create the reality that others see. This is how power works. When you believe in yourself, others begin to believe in you too. When you step into a room, your belief in yourself must radiate outward, touching those around you. Women are not attracted to the man who doubts himself or who is afraid to fail. They are attracted to the man who shows up with the certainty of a man who cannot be shaken. This belief makes you magnetic. Clarity is the next key. If you want to attract women, you must first know what you want. Women are drawn to the man who is clear in his vision, who knows exactly what he is after. The man who is unsure of himself, who doesn't know what he wants, who lacks clarity in his life, he will never attract what he desires. Clarity in your goals, your purpose, your intentions. It all starts here when you have a clear vision of who you are and what you want to achieve. You become a force of nature. Your clarity is magnetic. Women are drawn to the man who knows his worth and is unapologetically pursuing his dreams. A man without clarity is a man without direction. And no one, not even women, will follow a man who doesn't know where he is going. Think of the great leaders of history. They were visionaries. They saw the world not as it was, but as it could be. They created something from nothing. Women are attracted to the man who has a clear path ahead of him, who is not wandering aimlessly through life, but forging ahead with purpose, with confidence, with direction. You must know what you want and how to get it. You must be specific, precise, and intentional with your botched actions. The man who lacks clarity will always be adrift, trying one thing, then another, without direction or purpose. The man who knows exactly what he is doing, who moves with intention and focus, is the man who attracts. Clarity is power, and power is irresistible. But clarity alone is not enough. The next crucial element is discipline. Discipline is the force that turns your thoughts and clarity into action. Discipline is the ability to follow through, to do the hard work, to take the necessary steps toward your goals, even when it's difficult, even when the outcome is uncertain. In the eyes of history, great men were not those who rested on their laurels, who waited for things to come to them. They were the men who relentlessly pursued their dreams. Napoleon did not become great by waiting. He became great through sheer discipline, through the will to do what others would not. Women are drawn to men who put in the work, who show up every day, who do not shrink from challenges, but face them head on. Discipline is the bridge between your vision and your success. Without it, you will falter, you will fall behind, and you will lose everything you've worked for. But with it, you will rise above. Discipline is the key that unlocks everything else. It's what turns dreams into reality. Women are attracted to men who demonstrate discipline not just in their goals, but in their lives, in the way they carry themselves, and in the way they approach every single day. The discipline to show up when no one else will. The discipline to continue when the world tells you to quit. That's what creates the kind of man who attracts women. Discipline is more than just about working toward your goals. It's about showing consistency, about being dependable, and about being the kind of man who can be counted on in all areas of life. Life will throw challenges your way. You will face setbacks, obstacles, and moments of doubt, but the true measure of a man is not how he handles success. It's how he handles failure, adversity, and change. The man who is rigid, who refuses to adapt, will be left behind. The man who can bend, who can pivot, who can change course when necessary. He is the one who will continue to move forward no matter what. Machiavelli himself understood that adaptability was key to maintaining power. You cannot be so set in your ways that you are unable to adjust when the world shifts around you. The man who attracts is the man who is not only capable of taking control, but is also capable of adjusting when things don't go according to plan. Women are drawn to the man who can adapt, who doesn't crumble under pressure, who remains calm and collected when the world is falling apart. Adaptability does not mean weakness, it means flexibility. The strength to move in different directions when necessary, while still pursuing your ultimate goal. The man who is adaptable is the man who will always rise above because he knows how to overcome whatever challenges life throws his way. Conclusion: command your life. Command attraction. Now look at yourself. What kind of man are you? Are you the man who waits for life to give you what you want? Or are you the man who takes control, who molds the world to his will? Women are not drawn to the passive. They are drawn to the confident, the strategic, the disciplined, and the adaptable. They are drawn to the man who knows exactly who he is and what he wants. You have the power to attract. You have the power to dominate. It's time to step into that power. It's time to adopt the mindset of the great conquerors, the great leaders, the great men of history. It's time to think like Machiavelli. And when you do, women will not be able to resist you. They will be drawn to your strength, your clarity, and your ability to command the world around you. The world is waiting for you to step into your power. Are you ready to claim it?